Hi everyone. Hi, it's me again. Hi. Hello. Whoa, I haven't seen you all for ages. Okay, now, for those who don't know, we just watched the recent episode, the Shuggy episode. I went back to the chapter to get back behind me. I went back to the chapter, okay, the Shuggy chapter. I would like to humbly and formally apologize to T-Bone. It seemed he was, in fact, beloved by both the Marines and citizens. I'm sorry, I was not familiar with his game. I hope he can accept my formal apology, even though he's currently dead in the ground. So I learned something new about T-Bone today. However, I stand by that Sengoku was pissed off. He did not sound somber at all. As I was rereading through that chapter at the very beginning, he did not sound remorseful. He just sounded pissed, and I stand by that because, like, he was saying this is unbearable, and as Zuru was talking to him about it, he was like, well, this is gonna, like, the morals of the Marines are just gonna go down. Like, he was fighting with her. He was pissed off about it. So I'm sorry to T-Bone, I was wrong about that, but I stand by that Sengoku was pissed off. He was not happy. He did not sound remorseful. He just sounded angry. Like, oh, our jobs are just so much harder now. So I think that was just an odd choice. The boner fandom is indeed alive and well. I apologize to the boners out there. I didn't realize that T-Bone was so beloved. Now I know. Now I know. Right. Okay, so we are on Win for the Night Sky. Hang on, someone says something about Koby. Do you hate Koby after the last chapter? I don't hate Koby because I think he's cute, but he's pissed me off. I don't hate him. I don't hate him, but he is on thin ice. He's on thin ice. He's on the shit list. Exactly. Being on the shit list is not a bad thing. Not all the time. It just means I'm watching you. I don't know what you're about to do because Fujitora used to be on the shit list. He is no longer on the shit list. So there is chance to get off the shit list, as there is also chance to go on the shit list. Koby currently, previously not on, now on the shit list, but he was always kind of teetering on the edge of the shit list. But he has a chance to get off the shit list. So I don't know. Yeah, Koby. He's circling the shit drain. He's just made me unhappy. I don't like what's happened with him here. Like, I like it. It is story-wise, it makes sense, right? Like, it's a good story point because, of course, he's a Marine. Like, yeah, okay, sorry, Luffy. It's just the fact Luffy is the guy who, you know, is the reason why you are where you are. He's the one that pushed your dream. And you're like, well, sorry, I gotta rob this from you. That's not good. That's not good, and that's mean. So, yeah. Fujitora is not on the list, no. Even little pink-head gay boys can make bad decisions. Anyways, yeah. Look, the combination of... It makes sense because he was saved by Garp, right? Like, if you get saved by Garp and saved by Sword and, like, the Marines and... of course you're going to be a bigger bootlicker. Like, it's just not good. I'm just not happy about it. Anyways, let's... the morally grey. Let's get on with it. I would like to read this chapter. I'm excited for this chapter because last chapter was a big one. And so will this one. And we don't have a break next week as well. Thank you. Did Zoro pop up? I heard him, but I didn't see him. Anyways, we don't have a break this chapter next week. Awesome. But I have to say, because I'm on the Shonen Jump app, right? Because I like reading it on my iPad. I'm a little iPad baby. Every goddamn time I open the Shonen Jump app, I go to click on One Piece and it goes, oh, read this. And then I click on it by accident. Leave me alone. I'm only here for One Piece. Leave me alone. Like, the only thing in my Shonen Jump read list is One Piece. It's so obvious it's all I'm reading. Wow, thank you for the subs. But it's so obvious it's all I'm reading. Leave me alone. I'm not clicking on anything else. That's the only gripe I have with this app. Anyways, let's get into it. Chapter 1123. That's how they lure you in. No. One Piece only, I'm afraid. Oh, there he is. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest surrogate. Sorry, this titled Sentenced to eat Odin with the person they hate. Oh, I'm so happy we got Yamato back. I kind of missed him. I always be missing him. That's a good punishment. You shut up. Anyways, so what's the title? The Void Fortnight. I don't know what that means, but it's a bit scary. Oh, there's a kid on Yamato's head touching his horns. What the fuck? That is so cute. Sorry, I really like this these Yamato arts. They're very cute. Fortnite mention. All right. Come in, Egghead. What's happening? Oh, wake up. The Straw Hats are escaping. Oh god, everyone's dead. Well, not dead, but passed out. Whoa, it's true. They're all knocked out, captains. No kidding. Was that even stronger than Red Hair's? There was no hostility to it. Oh, because the robot. Oh. Oh no, thank you, giant robo. Oh god, he's dying, Luffy. No, he's dying, Luffy. Don't say that, Luffy. Oh. Oh. Sorry, Luffy. I just saw Luffy dead. Luffy dead in Nami's arms. It's so funny. Sorry, it shouldn't be, but it's funny. Then let's take advantage of this slumber and get the heck out of here, Gababa. I like the sound of that. Let's get going, boys. Set sail to Elbaf. Rah! Yeah, there we go. It only took us how many years, guys? How many years? It only took us, God, a million billion years. Oh, I'm so happy Bonnie got Kuma out of there. And Zoro's asthma. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that, okay? It was a tough fight. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, it's a bit of a beautiful Zoro. He's got beautiful eyelashes. Anyways. Alright, so Bonnie and Kuma, beautiful Zoro, Usopp and Chopper, happy to see their kings, their legends again. Luffy dead. Luffy dead in Nami's arms. Sorry, it's still funny. Anyways. Alright, Sanji, what you said back there just doesn't sit right with me. Was this what you wanted, Vegapunk? Was it? I couldn't hear everything, but you said some pretty outrageous stuff. Was Vegapunk speaking to Sanji that whole time? Oh. Oh, does he mean on the stream? Never mind. Yeah, this is... Yeah, now they have Vegapunk's body on their ship. What could this mean? Why is Sanji the focus here? Anyways, 2 weeks ago in Egghead, there's an abnormality. Oh, shucka, sorry. There's an abnormality in the numbers from the power plant. Yes, I'm certain of it. Look at the change in the particle number density and neutron flux. The amount of energy expenditure on the Seraphim has been inching upward. If that's a mistake in our calculations, it's a grave one. Huh? Wait, those aren't the numbers we confirmed, are they? The response rate is rising, but the power plant remains stable. Yes, which means that this data represent evidence. Sorry, they messed up. This data, which means that data I can't read, guys. I can't fucking read. I'm a One Piece fan. What do you expect from me? Oh my god. Help me. Help me. iPad baby. Yes, which means that this data represents evidence that someone has stolen some of the mother flame. All of the numbers regarding the power plant have been carefully manipulated to look normal, and the only one who could pull off such a fate is Vegapunk. Was it Lilith? She's evil. I'm sorry to say. So they knew from the beginning. They knew. Wow. So was this all a willing sacrifice? I'm sorry to say that we're the only three with airtight alibis. The amount of energy that was siphoned off is siphoned off. What are these words? Is vast. So it was one of the remaining four then, like Lilith. And that's why you want us to put our brains on stealth mode. Why does Stella have it out for Lilith? Leave her alone. Yes, if this experience is shared with Punk Records, then the culprits will know we're onto them. Siphon means out to draw out slowly over time. Okay, thank you. 1 week ago. Oh dear, I've identified the culprit. It's York. What? Oh, the little Shaka in the corner. I really like Shaka. I miss you, my king. I miss you. The information cinched with Punk Records was all dummy memories. Even the video footage was faked from the camp snails along the infiltration route. But why? For what purpose? Also, forgive me, Lilith. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. My queen. How dare they? I found evidence that the Sea Beast weapons were controlled as well. Traces of wiretapping white transponder snail usage detected. Found it. I've successfully recovered the data of this long-distance snail call. Dr. Vegapunk is studying the Void Century. Transmission to Mary Jo. You guys know I can't say the name of this goddamn thing. Mary Hoa. A transmission. How many fucking months has it been? Years and I still can't pronounce the name of this. Mary Jo. It's like Mary Jo. It is not my fault English is like this. It's truly not my fault. Oh, please. Please. How do I pronounce it? I need to remember. I need to remember this. Someone sound it out for me. This is embarrassing at this point because we're only going to keep mentioning this goddamn thing. Mary's Wa. Really? Mary Jar? Mary Joha. You guys, does anyone know? Mary Goa. This is despicable. Burgess? It's like French, is it? Mary Jar? Oh god. Mary Joie. Mary Joie. That's it, right? Mary Joie. Mary Joie. Mary Joie. Does that sound right? Yes? Okay. It's French. Okay. It's French. That's why it fucking sucks. All right. I don't mean... I'm sorry. I apologize to the French watchers. Like, you know what I mean, right? It's just when... when French words are in the English language, we can't do that. I'm sorry. Okay. A transmission to Mary Joie. No wonder Cypherpole was coming to investigate so often. That makes sense because the Celestial Dragon Hoof is... someone, as someone pointed out, is the view that King Louis, I think the 14th had from his the palace. Shit, now I've forgotten the name of the palace. There's only room for like 5 French words in my brain. But that makes sense. So it's French. Mary Joie. Okay. Yeah, shit. Versailles. Versailles. You know what I mean. That makes sense. Okay, I got it. Versailles. Oh my god, I'm not very intelligent. Oh, sorry, we really got stuck on that for a while. I promise I'm still reading. Okay, thanks everyone. Brain leak today. No, it's not my brain. It's the French words. I don't have the... whatever, okay. Okay, no wonder Cypherpole was coming to investigate so often. 6 days ago, they say the kingdom of Lulusia is gone. The details are unclear as of yet, but it can only be an omen. Pythagoras, keep a close eye on wireless transmissions and underground reservoir levels. That's a French word too. I will. Sorry. Do you think it's related to the stolen mother flame? Hang on, I just realized my... They're out to get me. Do you think it's related to the stolen mother flame? I do. She must have used the sea beast weapons to transport it to the government. If I may speak without evidence to back it up, I'm certain the world government is in possession of an ancient weapon. They've used the mother flame York gave them to activate it. We will see the grisly results soon enough. I know in my heart it is true, but I cannot go public with it. Oh. This is all my fault. I should never have tried to isolate greed from the human mind. Yeah. Yeah, in retrospect, yeah. Yeah, nice to know that evil doesn't do this, I guess. Do you think that we could apprehend York to keep her from causing more harm? No, it's already too late. Whatever York is after, it doesn't matter. Anyone who learns of the Void Century will be eliminated. By recklessly handing over the Mother Flame to them, York has demonstrated her potential value. We could never have done such a thing without thoroughly determining the purpose and safety of it first. There is still time for us to flee, Stella. Rayquaza. Oh, thank God. Then I Rayquaza an escape ship. One that will evacuate all the residents of Egghead. It is too late for us, however. Secret orders have already gone out to various naval branches. They will hound us to the very ends of the earth, and to die anywhere else would be to die in vain. More importantly, Egghead has facilities and tools that O'Hara did not 22 years ago. I have the means to maximize the reach of my voice. Oh, I see, okay. The closer I get, the darker it looms. Just what is the world government? If I must die, it won't be for nothing. I'm sorry this had to happen to you. That's silly. We're both Vegapunk too, you know. We were thinking the same thing. The only question, Stella, is what death will accomplish. Indeed. So Shaka is probably definitely dead then? No, my Daft Punk theory. No, I'm never making a theory ever again. Never doing that again, because that sucked. Yeah, the head's pretty gross, but oof. Look at these backgrounds, Jesus. Like, a lot of it is like a white background, but just like the mechanicals, wow, the room. But interesting that we get this after Wano, considering Kaido's whole thing was dying and death and like the meaning of death and death completes a person and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm seeing a connection here with Kaido's obsession with death, and now I'm not saying Vegapunk is obsessed with death. I'm saying, you know, the death completes a person thing. Not only that, but you know, my death will not be for nothing. So it all connects, it all links. These are all themes. So yeah, nice to know Vegapunk did indeed die with the thought, I suppose. All the good traits died first is a message. I don't know. I'd have to think about that more. Let me keep reading and then I'll think about that. There is one other thing we cannot afford to lose. The cloud plant that produces island clouds. Those clouds might be the foundation of humanity's survival after all. Huh? What's the Stella doing here? York, just doing what I always do. Oh, he's so little. I couldn't even see him. He's like a flea. Giving the Mother Flame a little test run. If we can move this thing, it just might be the ideal energy source. That's true. I hope you finish your experiment soon. I do too. Oh, but that it stays incomplete is my only hope. Ooh, that's tough. She's very cute, but that's rough. 2 days ago. Go ahead, we're recording. Hello, check, is this on? Hello out there, come in world. I am Dr. Vegapunk, a humble genius scientist. They're going to be shocked by this, but it is the truth, and everyone has a right to know it. No one will expect that the transponder snail is hidden within here, and now it's set up to transmit upon my death. Transmit. Sorry. And to prevent anyone else from learning that we have arranged this little trick, I will be erasing this event from our minds. However, this will come at the cost of many other memories, such as York's betrayal and theft of the Mother Flame and the imminent threat to our lives. We will be startled anew by these things. Indeed. Oh. We will be frightened all over again. However, our plans will already have been laid, and the utter disaster that awaits just around the corner is none other than our ultimate triumph. And he was right. Why am I here? This is the memory mass testing lab. Wait, this is my handwriting. Good morning, gentlemen. You will find that within your memory, there is now a void fortnight, but it was done of your own volition. There are many surprises in store for you. Lol. That's really funny. Who translated that? Thank you, Stephen. Yes, thank you. Sorry. Wow, that's the first time like a lol has gotten me. Lol, huh? Oh my god. Sorry. Vegapunk's really funny. Oh, creates a memory, like creates an event. Creates an event where you talk about the Void Century baffling the whole world. If you die, you get a live stream. Lol. Oh my god. That was really funny. Sorry, I gotta move. I gotta move on. That's an amazing translation. That's how you use the English language. Okay. So, hi. It's just his huh afterwards that really got me. Okay. I keep seeing it. Yeah, this is the problem for future me, lol. Huh? But I will leave you with one piece of information. Oh my god. The world government knows about your research into the Void Century, what they do, but rest assured that you've already put together the perfect countermeasure before you... I'm sorry, it really got me. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I have to move on from this. But rest assured that you've already put together the perfect countermeasure before you hurtle toward your glorious death. Death? Whose? Mine? And one more thing. Stella Straw Hat, the Emperor of the Sea, has just landed here. Oh, Stella Straw Hat, sorry. Stella Straw Hat, the Emperor of the Sea, has just landed here with Bonnie. It feels so good. So good hearing Luffy be called that, right? Straw Hat Luffy, Emperor of the Sea. That's my fucking man. That's my man. That's what I like to hear. Sorry. Straw Hat, Emperor of the Sea, has just landed here with Bonnie. What? CP6 has landed. What? We're surrounded by Navy battleships. What? It's Admiral Kezaru and Saint Saturn. What? And then they have to add a lol. What? Lol. I want you to know though, we're going down to save Bonnie. I intend to remain down there. Huh? But you'll die. I don't want you to save me, just leave me down there to perish. Huh? You got a death wish or something? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? A lot of huhs and what's this chapter? Certainly not, but I feel like my death might cause something to happen. It sure will. A bunch of people will be upset. I can't just let you die. Pretty please. And one other thing. When it comes to the One Piece... What now? Oh, yes. Yes, I want your crew to be the ones to get it. Yeah! Yes! That's what I like to hear. Oh my god, Luffy. Luffy. Put him down! Put him down! Put him down! He's not made for this. Oh my god, put him down. Let him rest. Oh. A toast to reuniting with old friends. Onward to Elbaf, to my dream. Oh, Usopp, I'm so happy to hear that. Gabba-ba-ba. Oh, I'm so... gay giants, first of all. Usopp being lifted up by Luffy as well. Who's in his beard? Oh, Choppy! Right, interesting. So Vegapunk asked Sanji to let him die. Look, I know why. We've seen why, but it's still... Sanji still clearly is not happy about it. I'm just thinking. Yeah, he still tried to stop it. He's clearly still not happy about it. Luffy. Sorry. Someone said, you know Luffy's going through it when he says, let's celebrate later. That's so true. He's like, please, I'm dying. Oh, that's dried up Luffy. Man. Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Sanji, like, oh, couldn't even save Vegapunk. And I know that's like a whole, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, people fight about that. I've seen the fights about that. But it's like, yeah, it's, so we're seeing it's a combination of Vegapunk wanted to die, but I also think Sanji didn't want him to die. Like, I do think Sanji was fighting his heart out to try and get Vegapunk out of there. So... it's bittersweet. It's very bittersweet. Yeah, it's one thing to try to save someone. It's another thing when they're like, yeah, I'm gonna die anyway. You know what I mean? That's sad. Yeah, I don't know if that will lead into anything with Sanji in the future, but this is now like... I don't know. There's a death tally around Sanji lately and it's not looking good. He gave Bonnie the Zor smile. Yeah. Another sacrifice he has to keep secret. That's what I mean. First Pedro and now Vegapunk. Like, this is not sitting right with me. Because death is a very big thing. And Zoro, yeah, God. Yeah, what are all these fucking secrets Sanji has to keep? All these burdens on his back. What the hell is going on here? I'm not trying to make this about Sanji. It's just obviously I like him, and personally I'm seeing some, not death flags, but I'm seeing a snowball effect happening with Sanji. Because I've told you guys that, like, in terms of his character, he's like, I will happily die for the greater good type of character, right? At least what he thinks is the greater good. So it's like, he realized through Whole Cake Island that his life isn't expendable because Luffy cares about him. But in my opinion, it now feels like that has developed into, well, Luffy likes this version of me, so now I need to stay this version of me to be cared about. Because, like, I've told you guys this, but Sanji mutating and dying, like, I'm trying not to look, I just want to talk about Sanji, but Sanji mutating and deciding instead of mutating, I'll die. That the reason that doesn't make me happy is because I just don't feel like he's truly like moved on from like whatever eternal guilt he has and making the death pact with Zoro, because like it's a selfish thing for Sanji to ask for sure, but it's still his death. And it's like the reason I say that's not a good thing is because Luffy wouldn't be happy about that. Luffy would truly not be happy about that. Sanji mutating still may not be his like true self, but it's still Sanji. It's still his blood. It's still a part of him. So it's like, if Sanji chose to die, that's still not what Luffy would be happy about. Like, that's not the point, you know? Like, the whole point of Whole Cake Island was Sanji, whoever you are, whoever you become, whatever choices like lead you to whatever point, you know, that's who you are. You're still my cook. You're still Sanji. Even if he mutates, in my opinion. Even if he does mutate. Because I've seen a lot of people have the opposite idea where they're saying, no, but that's just not Sanji anymore. If he mutates, it's just not him. So Sanji's choosing to stay as himself or die. But it is him. Like, that'll still be him. Like, that's still Sanji's body, Sanji's blood. That's still who he is, even if it's an ugly part that he doesn't like. So I personally just, that's why I don't take that moment when he says, Luffy, what would you prefer? That's why I don't take that moment, like, it's a red flag to me. It's Sanji's learning thanks to Robin and calling for Robin, but he hasn't learnt fully yet what Luffy was really telling him in Whole Cake Island. It just doesn't feel like it. So now he's seen two people die, one of them technically for him, the other one under his care. Another one nearly died, Zoro, and he has to keep that to himself. This is fucked up. Something's wrong here. Something is wrong. There's something not right. And now he's even keeping his mutation to himself. He's not telling anyone about that. And I know the Straw Hats don't tell anyone anything, but it's one thing to not tell anyone about it. It's another thing to tell Zoro, I need you to kill me, and then not elaborate. So Zoro is the only one that has any kind of idea something is up. Something's up. And he's just not telling anyone. Sanji's not telling anybody. There's a lot of secrets that Sanji's keeping and it doesn't feel right. The Luffy fight, they kept to themselves. The Luffy fight, yeah, you could, but Nami did see that. It's just, like, Brook did know about the Sanji thing and the Sanji Zoro thing, but they still haven't told anyone. There's just so much is wrong to me here. There are so many red flags in terms of what's going on. When it comes to the Vegapunk thing, he could possibly tell the crew that. But my point is, like, that's still someone that, like, died under Sanji, under his care, I suppose. And that's so Like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. Anyway, sorry, this chapter's about Vegapunk. It's not about Sanji. I apologize for that. But yes. So Vegapunk is yet another example of, like, you know, your life for a better age. So he's pulled a Roger, essentially. Because remember when Roger was like, I'll live on, I won't die, and he used his death and his execution to start a new age? Now Vegapunk's done the same thing. So Vegapunk is the new Whitebeard, the new Roger. We now have a follow-up of, not a follow-up, but a set pattern of old person either beginning or ending of a new saga has pulled a Roger. I say pulled a Roger because Roger's the original. Roger started that shit, not Whitebeard, but he's pulled a Roger, he's pulled a Whitebeard. So once again, it's the beginning of a new era, beginning of a new age. We get an old man dying for a new age every saga. It's true. The only thing I am a little bit disappointed about with this arc, not disappointed, but like, it would have been nice if it happened, is Vegapunk worked with Judge. I would have loved just one moment of Vegapunk going, "Oh, you're Judge's boy? I'm so sorry." Just anything like that. That is the only... More Franky as well. More Franky would have been nice, but if seeing Franky fanboy was cute. When it came to Franky and Vegapunk, I will be honest, I never saw like Vegapunk being Franky's arc specifically, because Franky is in a set area with his character where he seems pretty content, right? The only thing Franky's getting these days is like upgrades, but that's fine. He doesn't need to have a whole other arc. Franky is pretty set on who he is, on what he's done. And he understands his existence is not a sin. You know, that was the whole point. He loves his creations. But of course, like the Vegapunk thing does tie back to Franky in terms of Vegapunk feels guilt for what he's created. Which is sad. This is sad. But I wasn't expecting a whole thing with like Franky for Vegapunk, I will admit. Only because, again, Franky's quite a stable character, and he's allowed to be a stable character. And also, yeah, there can be more with Franky up and coming as well. This doesn't mean like Franky's out. I don't know. I think what's happened is, ever since Whole Cake Island, everyone's saying, oh, this is going to be this character's arc, this character's Whole Cake Island. I'm seeing the same thing happen with Usopp and Elbaf. I'm sure Usopp will have a good time on Elbaf, but I'm not sure if Elbaf will be Usopp's Whole Cake Island. Like, I have a feeling Elbaf will do the same thing it did to Franky, and Franky, like the way Franky fanboyed and was really excited to be on Egghead, I feel like it might be similar with Usopp. I think Usopp might get like some kind of upgrade. I'm not saying he won't, but I just don't think Usopp is going to be the end-all be-all main character of Elbaf like a lot of people are thinking. I just I love and hate Whole Cake Island because it is my favorite arc, I will happily say that, but it has started a whole conversation of now this character needs their arc, this character needs their arc, and I know I'm very fortunate to be a Sanji fan and say this, but it's just not viable. I just don't think every arc will now be this Straw Hats arc, because that happened with Wano and Zoro, and because of that, so many people were disappointed with what Wano was because they wanted it to be Zoro's Whole Cake Island, and it was never indicated to be that, considering Wano was always like, well, not always, but you know, the samurai, Kinemon and Momo, so it's like, I just don't know what people were expecting. People call Dressrosa Law's arc. I mean, Law was a very big part of Dressrosa, but, you know, it had everything around it too. But I don't know. All I'm saying is when we get to Elbaf, and if Elbaf isn't an Usopp Whole Cake Island arc, I told you so. I think what you should do with new arcs, and what I do with arcs, is, oh, I hope this happens, but if this doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, you know? Because the arcs are still good, but I think because something doesn't happen in the arc making you hate an arc, I think that is not a real good reason to hate an arc, especially when overall the arcs are great. Yeah, being angry at Oda for not doing what you expected is definitely, like, I try to steer away from that. Like I said, I was hoping there'd be a moment where Vegapunk would look at Sanji and go, oh god, you're a Vinsmoke. Didn't happen. Didn't ruin the arc for me. It's just, okay. That didn't happen, I guess. Same with Franky and Vegapunk. Like, would I have liked more Vegapunk Franky talks? Yes. Could there have been more? Yes. Were we on a time crunch? Yes. But yeah. Anyways, good arc, good arc. I guess this is the final ending to Egghead. I guess it's finally come to a close. Now we are officially going to Elbaf. There can always be more. And that's saying something, because look at how big One Piece is. That is saying something. Oda didn't hide Judge's eyebrows. We saw them when he was young. Judge does not have the same eyebrows as his kids. That is 100% a fact. We know this. We saw them. They do not have the same eyebrows. Kaku and Stussy, yeah, they got knocked out. I don't think they're dead. Yeah, the eyebrows are 100% a mutation problem. Otherwise they wouldn't change. You want Elbaf to be a short arc? I don't. I'm hoping Elbaf lasts us at least 5 years. At least 5 years. I really want it to be a big arc. I like the big arcs. I mean, here are my predictions for Elbaf, right? Everyone sit back. Everyone sit back. My predictions are Big Mom will be relevant again, because as I keep saying, I don't think Big Mom's dead. There's just too much in the story, in my opinion, for Big Mom to be gone. So I think Big Mom will come back because she held relevance with the Giants. We know this. It would make sense for Big Mom to come back around during the Giants. The other thing is Vivi. I'm hoping Vivi will come back as well. I don't know how, but I very much would like Vivi to come back on Elbaf, considering she met the Giants too. That would be an amazing wraparound. Considering, you know, they know Vivi. Vivi knows them. I would very much like for Vivi to meet Dory and Broggy again. The other thing is, you know, Usopp getting some kind of new power-up. That would be fun. I'd love him to actually get a hammer. I'd be a big fan. Kid being alive, Law being alive. Kid being on Elbaf, I think, is a big possibility. Big possibility. Law, I have no idea. I still think Law might have swum off to Zoro. Maybe. If not, possibly Elbaf. I don't know. But yeah, Kid being on Elbaf is a possibility. I can't say is a big possibility because I'm not Oda and I don't know. And the other thing is the Death Pact. I do think there'll be a wraparound of the Death Pact. I do think we might finally get Zoro and Sanji talking to each other about that, only because Little Garden is where Zoro and Sanji first started their rivalry. They were made to mirror and parallel Dory and Broggy from Little Garden. Because remember, Dory and Broggy, the reason they were stuck on Little Garden and fighting it out was because of a hunting match, and they saw Zoro and Sanji's hunting match and went, oh yeah, Is that why we're like, I didn't actually remember it. They went, oh, a hunting match. I remember that. It's pretty definite that Zoro and Sanji's whole rivalry started on Little Garden. Like, that's pretty factual. It's like people who deny that just deny it because they don't like Zoro and Sanji as rivals. They don't like them as equals. It's just the fact. So I am semi-expecting, hoping, I should say, for the Death Pact to come back around for Elbaf, for Zoro and Sanji, because it just makes sense. I don't think Zoro and Sanji's rivalry will end, but I think it'll soften. I think they will... Thank you for the honk. I think they'll end up like Dory and Broggy or whatever the hell, because they clearly care about each other. They clearly do. So, also, Dory and Broggy... Wait. They were like fighting until one of them like killed the other. Are you seeing what my Are you seeing what my mind is just convoluted? Wait. Hang on a minute. Wait. Dory and Broggy were fighting until they had to like, one of them was killed by the other. And then when one of them thought they had killed the other, they cried. Because they thought... And then when he found out he was actually alive, he cried and hugged and said, oh, thank God you're actually still alive. Wait. No, I'm saying that the Death Pact might have been part of the Dory Broggy parallel here, but not in the same way, of course, not in the same way. Just, wait a minute, maybe death was always imminent for one of them here. No, he lamented the death because he thought he died. And then he was so happy. But also, if he was lamenting the fact that it wasn't an honorable death, would Zoro not do the same thing if he had to kill Sanji just because Sanji asked him to, and not out of an actual, like, fight? Think about that. Think about that. Interesting. Now I'm thinking Dory and Broggy might have been like Zoro and Sanji's rivalry on like like skipping some steps, you know, but maybe they were meant to like they are meant to be a whole like parallel from their life and end. Oh, now I'm excited. I'm telling you, the Death Pact is not out. I'm not saying every arc is about Zoro and Sanji, because it's not. Because, Whole Cake Island wasn't. Dressrosa wasn't. A lot of them were not. Yeah, I said no more theories, but a lot of them were not. But the reason I'm saying now is because something has been set up, and, Sanji's behavior through Egghead and his mutations, it's just something's not right. He got crunched by an elder, full body crunched, and he stood back up. You're gonna look me in the eye and say that's normal? Egghead wasn't about Sanji, but it had a lot of Sanji, right? Sanji fucking mowed through the elders. He mowed through them. Exactly. Recognizing Chekhov's gun is not the same as making a theory. Exactly. I'm recognizing that Sanji's death pact here is Chekhov's gun. And I think a lot of people think that Oda won't follow up with it. And I really don't know why they think that when Oda doesn't not follow up with things. Yeah, true. What's going to happen with Kizaru? No, I don't want Sanji to kill Zoro. I want it to be the other way around. But yeah, there's so much unanswered. But my point is, the reason I'm hyper focused on Sanji right now is because there is a snowball effect happening, and Egghead had a lot of him and had a lot of what he can do. We saw so much of what this German mutation can do. That's probably why he stood beside Gear 5. Who fed Luffy? True fucking point. Who did feed Luffy? I don't know. But it could have been Usopp. But and he got Vegapunk's last message, yep. And I stand by this. I stand by this so bad. I was wondering for the longest goddamn time, why in the world was Zoro put in the corner? Why was he put in the corner to fight with Lucci? In my head, I was like, Otis like sectioned him off for some reason. And I don't know why, because he's very conscious about where everyone is. So yeah, I was like, why is Zoro in timeout? Why is he by himself fighting Lucci? Now my thought process here is, and look, you can call this a stretch, I don't care. My thought here is, the reason for that is because Sanji's power came out during Egghead a lot. He was the one who fought next to Gear 5. He was the one that mowed through like 3 different elders. He stopped Kizaru's light beam, blah, 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 blah. Zoro is the only goddamn one who can pick when something's wrong with him. We saw that in Onigashima. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. That's why am I the crazy one when I'm not even making this up? We saw that when Sanji even breathed wrong in Onigashima against King and Queen, who was the motherfucker that said, what's going on? It was Zoro. No one else picked that. Chopper was like, wow, Sanji looks really cool. Everyone else was going, whoa, Sanji, I didn't know you could do that. Sanji fucking stumbled once and Zoro said, what's going on? He's hyper aware of him. So I'm telling you, if Zoro A, watched Sanji just deflect a Kizaru light beam, B, hit through 3 elders, C, got chomped by an elder and just stood back up, I'm telling you, he'd go, what the fuck is going on? Because he'd be like, when could he do this? When could the cook do this? I'm telling you. And at this point in time, Zoro's one of the only people that hasn't seen Sanji's eyebrow flip. One of the only people that hasn't seen it. It has to be for a reason. If it's not, I'll eat my words. Egg on my face. I don't care. I don't care, okay? If like Zoro sees it and he doesn't say anything, okay, whatever. But I'm just saying, he was sectioned off and he was one of the only people that didn't see it. And we know how hyper aware he is. I'm not crazy for this. I hate being called a delusional shipper when I've noticed these things. If Nami cared when she saw Sanji like that, the interesting thing with that is when Sanji turned around to talk to Nami and say, oh, sorry, sorry. He said, oh, Nami, I'll protect you. His eyebrow was the same. When he turned back to little Jinbe, to a shark, that's when his eyebrow flipped. So she didn't really see it either. But she did see him fight. The world is ending. Why am I the crazy one? But anyways, my point is the reason I think Zoro was sectioned off in Egghead Island is because he had to stay away from the action. Because if he didn't, he would have seen what the hell was going on with Gear 5, but specifically with Sanji's mutation. And I'm telling you, he would have gone, I don't remember him being able to do that. I don't remember that. Because he notices him more than anyone in a fight. And I'm not even crazy for saying that. He just does. We've seen it multiple goddamn times. So many times. In Water 7, in Annie's lobby. Remember when, remember in Annie's lobby when, they were at the gates and, everyone started running away. All the enemies started running away. And everyone was like, what? And Chopper said, what? Why are they running away? And Zoro yelled, get back here. You don't have to chase all of them. And they all said, who the hell is he talking to? And then Sanji popped out and said, I was just checking the perimeter. He was the only mother. He was the only mother. He was the only one that noticed that Sanji had pissed off to go and check out the fucking area. This has always been a constant. It's always been a constant. So it peeves me so bad that when I say these things, I feel like I'm crazy, but I'm not. But yeah, anyways, his eyebrows were drawn opposite before the time skip redesign, right? Huh? What are you talking about? No, it weren't. What? You're making fun of me. They were not. I'd know that. I would have seen that. His bangs were different. Yeah, is that what you're trying to say? His bangs were different? Switch bangs. You got fooled. Yeah, his eyebrows are stupid as hell. They go that way. Yeah, whoop. Because we saw it on Yonji, which is the dumbest. Well, Yonji's eyebrows were that way, but you know what I mean. Stupid as hell eyebrows. No wonder he gets made fun of for them. Yeah, talk about Usopp. Anyways, my biggest thought when it comes to Elbaf is Big Mom. It is Big Mom. And the reason it's Big Mom is, first of all, because she had an affiliation with the Giants. They know her. She went to Elbaf, or they went to her, one or the other. And the other reason is because she was like a giant child, and that was just not really explained. Like there was something weird about her that the world government kind of wanted there. And then the other thing with Big Mom, I had it in my head. Oh, the other thing with Big Mom is Luffy hasn't actually fought her. Like he kind of did, but he didn't. And usually I don't care about who fights who, but the reason for Luffy fighting Big Mom being so specific is because Katakuri said to Luffy, will you come back? Will you defeat Big Mom? Whoa. Jeez, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. Sorry, you flabbergasted me just then. Thank you so much. I will use that on groceries. I really appreciate that. That'll be for my bills. Sorry, you got me there. Wow, I really appreciate that. Anyways, as I was saying, I think the reason Luffy needs to fight Big Mom is because he promised Katakuri. Katakuri said, will you come back? Will you defeat Big Mom? Will you be like the king of pirates? I forgot the whole conversation, but he basically said, will you come back to fight Big Mom, to defeat Big Mom? And Luffy said, yes, of course, I'll be the king of pirates. So that's a promise he's made with Katakuri. So Law and Kid being the ones to take out Big Mom, like as fun as that was, I just don't think that's the end of it, because I think Luffy needs to be the one to finally put her out. I think he needs to be the one to really defeat her. It just makes the most sense to me. Because again, it was a promise to Katakuri, and I want that to mean something. The other thing is, there's a few things as well. Pudding and all her kids are like, Big Mom's not dead. They're like, Big Mom's not dead. They're like, if you think she's dead, you're stupid. They're basically like, Big Mom always comes back. Also, Nami still has Zeus as well, so her soul must be out there somewhere. But I believe Pudding when Pudding says Big Mom's still out there. I really do. So I believe Pudding, and also Big Mom went out in a rage. She went out declaring, like remembering Law and Kid's names and saying, I will be back to get you, essentially. If the homies go away when she's knocked out, well, I don't think we know. So it's like, there's just so many things, but Big Mom especially dying. Yeah, you don't think you've seen the last of me, but Big Mom especially going out, like screaming revenge against Law and Kid. I just don't think that's wrapped her up. I just think she's coming back. I have no idea what Kaido, like where Kaido will fit into all of this. Personally, I'm happy with Kaido just sitting in lava. I'm happy with Kaido's story being wrapped up because Luffy knocked him out. I think that's fine to me. But Big Mom, no. I think Big Mom will be coming back. And I can see her being one of the main villains of Elbaf. Kaido will retire and be a potato farmer. Big Mom will be thrown out of the volcano on Elbaf. See, I can see something like that 100%. I can see her giving life to magma. I can 100% see that coming true. So, yeah, I just don't think she's out for a very long time. Ever since she got, like, she died, I was like, I don't think this is the end of her. It's not that Big Mom was knocked out. Dying is the thing. Dying. Because if Big Mom died, that means her fruit would regenerate. So how could Zeus possibly still exist as her homie if her if her soul is both gone and she's dead and the fruit has regenerated somewhere else? I just don't think she could be dead if that were the case. Uroji appears in Elbaf. Is that one of the elders? I'm bad with the elders' names. I think it might be. No. Is it a pirate? It's one of the Demonovas. Sorry. The monk. Okay, I know him as the guy whose hobby is lovemaking. I don't know if he'll appear in Elbaf, but he feels like he needs to make an appearance, doesn't he? I'm not sure. I don't have much to say about him because I just don't know. I think if Skypiea comes back around, he could come back around, which it probably will. Oh, no more theories, I said. The one other thing that I was thinking, and I was talking about this with a friend, is that when it comes to Vivi, I'm still hell-bent on Vivi being the final Straw Hat. I still think that's the case. Because like Vivi just cannot go back to Alabasta. Otherwise, she will be a sitting duck and she'll endanger Alabasta. I don't think she'll bring Alabasta into any kind of war because that's literally what she fought against in the Alabasta arc. I don't know why she would then go back to Alabasta and go, all right, guys, suit up. We got another war coming. I just don't think she'd do that. So my thought is Vivi is now currently being hunted by like Imu, who's one of the most powerful people in the world, right? She has to meet up with the Revolutionary Army because Sabo has to tell her about her origins. She needs to know about Lily. Vivi doesn't know that yet. Sabo is the only one that currently knows that. Because Vivi's with Morgans, and I don't know how this could be the case, but because Vivi's with Morgans, it could be possible that Sabo tells Vivi about her origins, Morgans overhears it, and then Morgans prints out that Vivi is the original, like, D-clan user, haver, whatever. Because that's big news. Big news. That's breaking news. And Vivi has already explained how she doesn't like Morgans and she doesn't like the world press. So somehow I can see Morgans exposing Vivi and her ancestry and her name and everything to the world. Makes sense to me. And then Vivi will have absolutely no chance of going back to Alabasta. She just doesn't. Even now, she doesn't. She really doesn't have a chance of going back to Alabasta because, again, she'll put them at danger and she'll put them in risk. So my thought here is that'll then move Imu to try and draw Vivi out. And to draw Vivi out, he could target Vivi's home island, Alabasta, with this literal ancient weapon that can take out islands. The only thing is, Alabasta is very far away, and we know that it takes a while for this big machine to move on over to get to another island. So, and some of you might not like this, my thought is Imu wants to draw Vivi out. Imu draws Vivi out by moving the giant ancient weapon to Alabasta. Vivi then has to go to the world government herself to take on Imu. Vivi asks the Straw Hats for their help because, again, that makes sense. She's learnt that when she needs help, she can turn to Luffy. That's what she learnt in Alabasta. And then the race to the world government becomes one big time mechanic of can they get to the world government and Imu before Imu gets to Alabasta and nukes Alabasta? Because Oda really likes his time, like, mechanics, his time plots. He really likes this as a countdown to the end. So, again, this is all a theory, okay? A game theory. This is all a theory, but I can see that ancient weapon becoming a time limit in its attempt to reach Alabasta, because Alabasta is very much in danger considering who Vivi is. And Vivi's treasure and her love is Alabasta. So her wanting to take on the world government to save Alabasta makes sense to me. The clock tower, but now a flying weapon. Yeah. But again, who knows? I'm not saying this will come true. That's just in my head what is correlating and making the most sense. And hey, if this comes true in how many years? Remember me. Think of me. But I can 100% see that goddamn ancient weapon becoming a time limit. What is happening here? Where's my guy gone? There it is. 12 more years! One Piece, 4 more years! Anyways, those are my current thoughts. My biggest thoughts are Big Mom, the Sanji, Zoro Death Pact, and Vivi. I don't know about anything else. I don't know about anything else. Yeah, I'll be old in the retirement home. I told you so. But yeah, I think that's enough. I think we've talked for long enough. I feel like I need to get a little bit more recording out of the way today. So yeah. Sorry, I was just reading comments. All right. I'll leave you guys to it. You leave me to it. I leave you to it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. I will get back to working, editing, recording, blah, 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 blah. Let me get in my box. Haha. Oh, all right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My top does not say danger. It says... Oh, it does say danger. Get out of here. Anyways, but yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you next week for a new episode. I probably won't stream the new episode since it's just a recap, but I'll see you for the new, you know, whatever, chapter, whatever. I'll see you for the new chapter. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.